Why, hello. So, it's Heartbound Patch Day, version 10961. So today I've got a bunch of updates for Shelly, some stuff for the Steam Deck, and then some general bug fixes, which should be quite good. And let's just get into it. A whole bunch of stuff in this patch notes. So this just came out today. I actually just released this about an hour ago. I know the update's a little bit late, but there was a bunch of stuff going on at the beginning of the month, so that's fine. By the end of this month, all of Shelly's content will be finished. At least that's the game plan right now. So let's see. First one is pending Valve's review, Heartbound should now be fully compatible with the Steam Deck. And I'm going to put on an announcement when they approve us, because it seems like everything is out of the way. Basically, they had a couple of issues. The first one is that the D-pad no longer breaks if you pause the game on Steam Deck using the power button and then resume the game. Weird edge case issue, but we found a way to fix it. And then also the D-pad no longer breaks if you use the volume up and down sliders on Steam Deck, and you had to kind of hold it for like 3 to 4 seconds and then hold the other one for 3 to 4 seconds and then it would break. Basically what was happening is in the back end of a game, it is sending something called a key ID. Every time you hit a button on your keyboard, like A, I believe, is 65, right? And each time you hit one of these, it sends that key ID, so then a program like Heartbound determines what to do with this. For some reason, the Steam Deck is spamming these keys after doing these things, and it doesn't stop. I think it might be a hardware issue, so I've reached out to them to let them know what was going on. The other thing is because it's doing a virtual key press, which is not a real key press, it's like a simulated one. It sends an ID of 0 every time it does this. So I had to do some weird testing. We actually did it live on stream. I got the fix done for this. We put out the build, and I've put it back up for Valve, and Valve is now reviewing it. And Valve is the owner of Steam, if you don't know who they are. So that should be the last piece for that, which is really nice. The next one is the OST now plays in the correct order when it's launched through Steam. A lot of you guys actually reported this. You go to play the OST through Steam, and it was playing the wrong song. Turns out this is actually another Steam bug. What you have to do, for some reason, is even though you've put them in the right order, even though you put the metadata in the right order, you have to label them all in the order that they would play alphabetically, which is strange. So they've all been named 000 all the way to 100, and in line with that, we've now released 3 more songs. So Forest March, Miserable Manic Shadows, and Meandering Shadows have all now been added to the OST. I've actually put those up here on YouTube, and I'm going to play one of them in a minute here. So we're going to have that as part of the update today, so you guys can listen to that. And then also, Shelly has a number of new talkie animations, and Shelly's storyline has been extended. So this isn't all of Shelly's storyline. I've actually set up the entire framework for the cutscene that's part of Shelly's cutscene, and that's all finished now, and I'm going to have all of Shelly's content done by the end of the month and out to you guys. And then after that, we have a scene with Remy and Ramul, whole picnic area thing that I'm doing, Remy and Ramul's houses, and then we're done with Animus. It's finished. So this is probably the hardest part for me to build. This is my first game that I've written. All the stuff that I did before this was writing for comic books and also writing for D&D adventures, as funny as it is. And dealing with so many interpersonal relationships and heavy topics, these have been pretty tough for me. I think that it's good, though. I think it's worked out really nicely, so I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, that's the whole update. Oh, wait, no, there's one more. I have some new detections now for certain kinds of players. You know who you are. You know who you are. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. That's fine. And with that in mind, let's play that new song. Here we go. Now, I'm going to pause this for a moment. That first half that you just heard now is one half of this same song, but it's split. So basically the way that this works is really interesting. And you're going to learn more about this as we go forward with this. But the idea behind this is that we can change tracks in the middle of this song. So think of it as 3 different layers. The first layer is the bass line. That bass line is always playing. What you just heard was one of the character's tracks of the top of this. When that fades out and fades back in, it will be the other character, and then that fades in. So let's play the other half of this. It's almost ready. Almost there. And now it's switched over. Now the cool part about this is that we can swap back and forth between these at any time during the song. Fully dynamic, interesting music that changes with the characters that you're fighting while you're fighting with them. Something we're trying out that's new, and Stein Von Waker and our musician is an absolute madland. Truly incredible to build this. It's beautiful too. That is Miserable Manic Shadows. So that song was added to the OST and is on YouTube. I'll be linking the YouTube in the description for this video. Forest March was also added to both OST and YouTube, and Meandering Shadows was also added to both OST and YouTube. So I hope you guys like those. Hope you do. And yeah, that's it. That's it for me. So have a good day. Goodbye, everybody.